Now, contrary to what the fine employees of the Trump organization are telling you, I want to welcome you to this great public space.
It's my space!
I'm sorry, Donald, you signed an agreement. When the city let you go 20 stories taller, you had to agree to open this not particularly attractive space to the public.
Those are fake facts! Fake facts! Fake news!
We're here to teach you a thing or two about climate change, what you like to call a hoax. So
a Chinese hoax!
Whoever you think originated it, we're going to give you the facts. And the facts, not the alternative facts, the facts are clear. This planet is getting warmer. We have set record highs for temperatures year after year after year. 2014, the hottest year on record, exceeded by 2015, which were hottest still, and 2016, yet another record. The oceans of this planet are rising 10 to 20 centimeters in the last century, and another 1 to 2 centimeters every year. And the amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is more than any point in 3 billion years. Those are the real facts. The real facts. Despite the fact that in your speech that you read so well from the teleprompter on Tuesday night, you didn't see fit to mention climate change once. You did find time to mention increasing coal production and reducing regulations of emissions. The fact is, your brand of climate change denial is deadly and dangerous, because if we don't stop the emissions of carbon dioxide, this planet will warm beyond the point where we can sustain life as we know it. We will see mass extinctions, we will see water levels rise, not centimeters, but meters, rendering huge parts of your hometown, New York City, and other parts of the world unlivable. To stop that, we have to attack climate emissions at their source. And as Peggy mentioned, in this city and cities across the world, the biggest offender, the biggest emitter of climate change, carbon dioxide and other pollutants is not cars, it's not trucks, it's not buses. It is buildings like this that are responsible for 70% of the emissions. And I'll tell you, this building here is a doozy. It is a doozy. It is a climate change dinosaur, which has an Energy Star rating of 42, which is abysmal, and is using more energy per square foot than 95% of the other buildings throughout this city. You're an enemy of the climate. You're an enemy of the climate, and this building is Exhibit A. The good news is that we know how to make buildings more green. It's very simple. You install more efficient lighting, more efficient electrical systems, more efficient mechanical systems. You insulate your walls and your windows, and you do simple things like turning off lights and other devices when they're not in use. Buildings all over the city and here on Fifth Avenue are doing this, but Donald Trump decided he didn't want to upgrade his tower to the 21st century, and as a result, it remains an energy hog and a climate change dinosaur.
Bigly wrong! Bigly wrong!
Bigly right
Bigly
now.
wrong!
And you're not just harming the environment, you're harming our economy. Maybe you'll care about that. Buildings which are upgrading to 21st century sustainability are creating good jobs, green jobs, with good wages. And that is good for New Yorkers and good for our economy. This is a win for our planet, a win for our economy, but you have chosen to ignore these facts here in
Those are alternative facts.
And you're not just ignoring climate change facts. You're not just ignoring climate change facts. You're ignoring our law on public spaces. This is a public space that is open to the New Yorkers, to the public, according to an agreement you signed with the city when we let you build 20 stories taller. That was worth $500 million by today's estimate. I don't know how this little space was worth it, but we're going to fight for every inch of it. And you have been cited and fined repeatedly for not providing adequate access.
by the enemies of the people.
As chair of the City Council Parks Committee, I'm aware that this is not the only public space that you're messing with. I'm sorry to say, you have contracts to run 4 businesses in our parks, 2 ice rinks, a carousel in Central Park, a luxury golf course in the South Bronx. And those properties, unfortunately, are blazoned with your name, a name which has become synonymous with divisiveness, with intolerance, with targeting of religious minorities, with hatred towards immigrants. Those values are directly contrary to the spirit of our public spaces, to our parks, to who we are as New York City. And I want to work any way I can to nullify those contracts, to get you out of our wonderful public parks. So in summary, Donald, we are not going to tolerate your climate change denial. We're not going to tolerate your energy hogging Trump Tower. We're not going to tolerate your abuse of public space. We're here to stand up and say no to you and to fight whatever it takes to win this battle.
You're being divisive.
Well, we're going to continue to hold this man accountable. We'll be back in this space as much as we need to. And we're going to make sure the world understands that the symbol that Donald Trump has used to represent his manhood is a dirty, polluting, environmental dinosaur. And until he fixes it, we're going to hold him accountable. If we have to drive him out of this tower and drive him out of the White House, we're ready to do it.
Bigly wrong! Bigly wrong!
Bigly right. All right.
Any folks have other questions?
So what were you saying to the security people?
Well, explain it in the law. And this is a public space, as defined in an agreement that the Trump organization signed when they got the permission to build 20 stories, a value of $500 million, currently assessed. And they cannot prevent the public from being part of this space, from being here freely, and exercising our constitutional rights for political speech and free speech.
Did they ask you for ID?
I guess I look like a city councilman.
You're fired!
It's the suit.
You're fired!
And they were pretty aggressive, but we have a smart lawyer as part of our team, and he was smarter than the Trump guy, so we were able to win that standoff. Large number of NYPD here to babysit us, but the truth is, this is our space. This is the public space. This belongs to New Yorkers. New Yorkers need to be here to speak truth to power, to speak to this man so the world understands that right here in New York City, the symbol of Donald Trump is a perfect metaphor for his disregard for climate science.
You are enemies of the people.
Committee, the Parks Department committee, and the city council. What is going on with all of the violations that happened during the campaign here at Trump Tower, at these public spaces where reporters, normal people were not allowed to be here?
This has been a constant problem with this site that Donald Trump has been fined for and sanctioned for multiple times. And the city's got to continue to enforce what are very clear rules about access to this site. The rules are, when the shopping arcade is open, this is open. And as you well know, that rule is often violated, and we as a city are going to hold him accountable for that.
I have a question.
Yes.
It looks like maybe it's being blocked off right now. What about that?
They closed it. They are violating the law. We're gonna take this up with them right now. People should be able to come in here freely. They should be able to participate in this exercise of free speech. So we got a problem on our hands, and I'm walking over there right now. Thanks for the tip.